Hello again, everybody. This video is the ending for my first playthrough I did coming back for the Pristine cut. So it includes the new characters from the new stories because I wanted to see them, but it has one of the old endings that I missed. After this video, I'll be showing the new ending that came with the Pristine cut. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh lord, here she come again.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm sorry, but I'm not exactly going to be on your side now. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
You know what? No, I want to be the only god. I think we're gonna go toe to toe.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
I'm sorry, but that was a mockery of a life we shared.
It was a cruelty of this construct. Leave with me when the time comes, and we can find a true life together. Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But even bound, you saw a light, and you gave me the wisdom to speak my heart and shed my doubts. Without fear, suffering ceases to be. Without fear, death dissolves. Without fear, we are free to choose beauty. Even when we reached the end, and you sent me plunging back into the abyss, I was already free of fear. That act was your final assertion of will over chains. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
Oh, she remembers I threw her head away. It was so easy to let you fall into the abyss. You need me, but I've never needed you.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you. What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you, and together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
That was terrible. I never want to be so close to anyone ever again.
It doesn't have to be so terrible. In a world with both of us, nothing has to last forever. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen?
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows.
But we had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers. And in the cold starlight you found them. Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you. Even the cruelest of monsters are not unworthy of sympathy. Within me, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we dug through hell, and together we found our freedom.
Are you so sure of yourself that you think the world would stop without you?
I know that I am movement itself. You've seen as much. You know it's true.
You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. The very ground beneath your feet loses its meaning. There is nothing but me. When you were confronted with my vessel's apotheosis, you chose to accept me, to allow me to burn away all doubt, and turn you into an instrument of my divine will. You accepted that I was everything, and together we found our purpose. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
You were consumed by your own ego.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. I'm all of them, I assume, in the same way that you're all of you.
I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Time to slay her one final time.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Enter the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Let's go down.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I'm here to slay you, I'm afraid.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action that brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of each other. By destroying her once and for all, you've also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended, things continue
She's
on.
gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Let's leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place, the fruits of your labour, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite place. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering, you are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality, a new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here. We really won!
I don't know about that.
We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him? That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah, we can do that.
Wow, what a painful and sad existence that was. Doesn't really give you a sense that you've done a good thing, does it? Another brilliant ending. Well then everyone, I'll see you in the next video, which is the last Slay the Princess. This time we'll get to see the new ending from the Pristine cut. So, catch you all soon.
Soaking up.